Well, boys and girls, you better pack up all those troll accounts on Twitter and Facebook if you're interested in a gun license in New York anytime soon. A Democratic state senator out of Brooklyn has introduced a bill that would tie your social media dealings and Yahoo, Google, and Bing searches to your gun license in New York. And this isn't just for your license to carry, this is also for your license to own. The bill, S9191, would require license applicants to give their usernames and passwords to the government, allowing them to search through all their Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter posts and all of their Snapchats going back 3 years. It would also require you to let the government look at your internet search history going back 1 year. And this goes for renewals too. Let me tell you, it's a good thing that I don't live in New York, because as a political YouTuber and someone who likes to write dystopian fiction in my 5 minutes of free time, I've Googled pretty much everything from North Korean torture methods to the blast radius of a nuclear bomb. So pretty sure that would be a big automatic nope.
What kind of garbage is that? Oops, my anarchy symbol.
Kevin Parker, who drafted the bill, says that it's meant to keep guns out of the hands of potentially violent people. The gun license investigators would look for everything from threats to self and others and intention to commit terrorism to commonly known profane slurs or biased language describing the race, color, national origin, ancestry, gender, religion, age, disability, or sexual orientation of a person. Oh, and look at that! Or any other issue deemed necessary by the investigating officer. The bill proposes this all be done by the police, and if you saw last week's video about Massachusetts and our good cause licenses, you already know how this one's going to go. Nowhere in the bill does it give any sort of operational definition for what profane slurs or biased language might include, and who really gets to decide it. So realistically, it could come down to the political beliefs of whoever is looking through this stuff and whether or not they had a bad day. The best part is that in a memo attached to the bill, Parker wrote, "Although New York State has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, we can no longer provide protection to gun owners at the expense of the rest of society." Oh, protection! Is that what they're calling it now? I had no idea that things like the SAFE Act, for example, were put in place to protect gun owners. He also claims that the bill is 100% pure and original brand constitutional.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
To the contrary, gun rights lawyers have pointed out that the bill violates the First, Second, Fourth, Fifth, and 14th Amendments, which is a lot of rights to violate even for New York. The New York State Police say that the bill probably wouldn't be that effective either because they already chase down social media threats and they are rarely ever serious or legitimate. Nevertheless, supporters say the bill is necessary in order to pick up on red flags that could mean that someone has the potential to be a mass shooter. After all, many mass shooters have left behind some pretty damning social media posts. But most of those mass shooters also had histories of violence and mental health issues that went untreated or ignored. So it seems to me that that is probably a bigger indication of potential violence rather than, say, someone calling someone else bad names on the internet. New Yorkers Against Gun Violence, however, are convinced that this bill is equivalent to more background checks, even though background checks are pretty universal, and a recent study found that background checks have no effect on suicide or homicide rates. Shocking, I know. The bill is sitting in committee and doesn't have a vote scheduled yet, but Democrats did take the New York Senate and will be taking over in January. Because of this, some people are convinced that it will actually pass, but I have my doubts, and I honestly think that it has a snowball's chance in hell of passing, at least in its current form, especially when the police themselves don't seem to back it, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Look at that, guys. 3 weeks of gun news in a row. We are on a roll. Too bad it's all bad stuff. As always, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and happy shooting.